Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chrissy. Thank you for watching today's video. So today we're going to be working on a marble design over a glittered tumbler. And we're going to be doing this using pearl mica powders. The two colors we're going to be using is the pearly white and a rose pink pearlescent mica powder. You can find these two in L's Glitter, and I will link that down below in the description so you can find it on my Etsy shop. You'll also be needing two little plastic cups to mix your mica powders in, a mixing spatula, and then of course your resin in the silicone cup. Don't forget to grab your gloves, and you'll also be needing a heat gun or some sort of little heating element. And now we can get started. First things first, you want to go ahead and mix your 2 parts of resin and make sure that you mix it really well. Once you've gotten that all mixed up, we're going to apply a single layer of resin, nice and thin, on the base of the glitter tumbler. And then we are going to separate 2 parts of the resin and put one in each little plastic container for each color of pearl pigment we're going to be using. So because we're going to be using just 2 different colors, I only have 2 little plastic containers that I'm going to be separating my resin in and mixing the powder. So you'll be seeing next that I am grabbing my little plastic containers and putting a small amount of resin in each container. I'm putting that aside so that I already have my resin separated for the mica powder. And once I've done that, I will put the remaining resin in my silicone cup onto the tumbler. You want to make sure that you put a nice thin even coat. And if you want to know how I did the glitter base on this tumbler, I did a really awesome 3-part tutorial on how to do resin tumblers for beginners, and I will link those videos down below in the description so that you can see how I got my glitter base on the tumbler. So once you have your coat of resin on there, you're going to grab your jars and start putting in a little bit of your mica powder into the resin. And you'll see here that I just scoop up a little bit my wooden spatula and then mix it in until I find that I have the right consistency and opacity that I am looking for with my mica powders. And I do the same with the white, and I will do it with the rosy pink as well. So now that I have my mixtures all ready to go, I am going to just take my little wooden spatula, dip it into my resin mixture and start applying it onto the tumbler. So you'll see that I'm applying the pigment mixture onto the tumbler in an angle. I am trying to create a swirl effect. So that is the reason why I'm applying it onto the tumbler in that direction. As far as a pattern, I am not following any particular pattern. I am just dropping on these swirls onto the tumbler wherever I feel like it. There's really no wrong or right way to do this part. Just follow whatever it is that you feel you want to do, and the only thing I am really following is just applying it in an angle to create that swirl effect. So now that I have put all of the white pearlescent pigment all over the tumbler, I'm going to move on to my next color, which is a deep red, kind of rusty color. And I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the first pigment and apply it in an angle in just random areas of the tumbler to create the second part of my swirl effect. Now, because this one is a lot more pigmented than the white, I am not going to be applying too much of it, but I do want to scatter it around the tumbler enough so that it does create a really nice pattern. So you'll see here now that once I'm done applying the pigments, I'm going to grab the heat gun and I'm going to start heating up the resin and heating up the pigment mixtures to start getting everything to flow a little bit better. You'll start to notice that when I apply the heat, the pigment's starting to spread out and flow and just look more like of a swirl. And then I just kind of push the pigment in the direction that I want it to go to create that effect. And that's pretty much how I do it with every tumbler when I'm using this technique. After I apply the heat, I may go back to certain areas and apply pigment to areas that I wanted to add, maybe some more white or some more of that rusty color to the tumbler, and I'll just go back and forth with that until I've reached my desired look. So you can see here that I am applying more white to areas that I felt had too much of the red color in it. So I'm basically trying to just break that red apart, lighten it up, and that's it. So once I've applied that pigment, I will then go over with the heat gun just to spread those areas out. And you'll notice that in the remainder of this video, I kind of just keep doing that. I'll apply more pigment, hit it with the heat gun, and then apply more pigment to different areas just to create that effect that I'm looking for until I am completely satisfied with the look of it. So that's pretty much what I end up doing for the rest of the video, and I hope that you really like this technique. Let me know if you give it a try and how it works out for you. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching today's tutorial. If you have any questions or comments about what I did today, then please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. I will list everything I used today in the description, including the glitters that I used to create this tumbler and the link to the beginner tutorial if you want to go and check that out. So if you like today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload a brand new video. Thank you so much for coming by my channel. I hope you guys really enjoy these tutorials, and I will talk to you again in our next video. Thank you.